Baby, today you're gonna learn how to love yourself. I'm serious. Not in the way where you save this video with the hundreds of other videos that you save that you never get back to. I mean, today you're going to learn how to love yourself in a real, sustainable way. Now, if you're watching this video, I want to guarantee you have learned how to outsource your love. If you're watching still, you've probably learned or mastered how to pour your cup out to keep other people's cups full. And if you're still watching this video, you're probably tired of giving all this love out and not getting it back. Now, we all know how the law of attraction works, right? We attract where we are. So if you don't love yourself, other people don't either. But we can change that. And to do so, let's look at why you don't. Let's have a little spiritual anatomy lesson, shall we? You're made up of 3 parts: mind, body, and soul. Your spirit or your soul has infinite knowledge. You have lived many lifetimes, you have learned many things, except every lifetime you forget this. That sucks. And you have to learn to love another body. Next is the mind. This is the personality of the avatar, whose sole purpose and focus is your survival. Now, this personality was created because it's an active reporter of your memories, and from your memories, a personality was created. Next is the body. This is the chosen avatar. This carries out the reality from the mind, and illness and discomfort can be felt if there's any misalignment in the mind. Now that you know what you're made of, why was I telling you that? In the beginning, you chose a body. This life that you chose was meant to teach your soul some very specific lessons. So you incarnate, and you're a baby, and things like your family, your environment, and trauma start to form the mind's personality. So you grow, and more things happen, and you start to realize that that mind is not that nice. In fact, that mind's pretty powerful, and it can create these things called emotions in your body, and they're uncomfortable. And you do anything that you can to shut them out, especially the uncomfortable ones, with the many distractions that Earth provides. As you grow into a young adult, you find that there is something that temporarily silences that self-hate, and it's love. And when you experience this love, it's like bringing water to the Sahara, and you react in one of 2 ways. You either drink until you're ready to burst, or run for fear that it's a mirage. Either way, when it doesn't work out, or when those thoughts and feelings that you've been feeling for a long time creep back in, it starts to reinforce the thoughts that you had in the first place. But let's rewind real quick. In the beginning, your soul chose a body. And that body was meant to teach your soul some very specific lessons. And if you're still watching, the lesson was self-love. So all this stuff is going on with the body and the mind. And the soul may have not actually actualized itself through an awakening to realize that it's not the mind. Let's sit with that for a second. The soul hasn't actualized itself in an awakening to realize that it's not the mind. Do you think you're the mind? Let me play the devil's advocate. I love that game. And let's say that you're not the mind. Let's say that if you wanted to, you could watch the mind. This is a fun game. Some people call this meditation. Let's just say that with all this tomfoolery going on in the mind and the body, the soul forgot, right, who it was, just for the sake of this game. And it buys into the illusion of the mind and believes that it's the mind too. And because there's an inner union between mind, body, and soul of the illusion, it continues to cycle to reinforce what the mind believes or is saying is true. And reality becomes a reinforcement to the illusion. But we were just playing the devil's advocate. What if you really are the soul? What if you have forgotten lifetime after lifetime that you actually are the soul, and you continuously get fooled by the illusion of the mind? What could you do about that? Step 1 to learning to love yourself is to realize that you are the soul and not the mind. The power to finding self-love within yourself is in the power of realizing that you think you're the mind. Do me a favor, and over the course of the next week, I want you to try to catch yourself thinking that you're the mind, and stay tuned for more on how to love yourself.